Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Tia here. If you are new, please like and subscribe. But for today's video, I'm going to be doing a story time about my college roommates, I guess. So pretty much I went to a PWI. It's a white school because like I've just been around white people all my life, so I was like, whatever, might as well go there. So I picked that college, and my friend happened to be going there, and my Spanish teacher went there, and he was like, oh yeah, you're gonna love that college, it's gonna be so amazing, blah blah blah. So pretty much the way that colleges work, I was going in as a transfer student, so that means like I would be going to that campus as a junior, not like an incoming freshman or whatever. So juniors and seniors typically live off campus. So the way that the college had it, they had like all these apartment complexes or whatever all over the place, and then like the school in the middle or whatever. So me and my dad went apartment shopping, and we had to go look at all these places, and then I finally found one, and I was like, okay, this is cool. Like the rent is only $400 a month for me, and I would have like my own room as well as my own bathroom, and I felt like that was really important because I just like having a bunch of privacy and stuff like that. To start out with, I moved into my apartment. Like there was like a move-in day where everybody's gonna be moving in, whatever, and my dad was like carrying my stuff into my room. Like my whole family is there obviously because they're dropping me off at college. So I'm setting up my room and everything. I'm like the first one there because we always like to be on time for everything. And then my other roommates start coming in, and I don't know, it was like I kind of liked some of them, but at the same time I didn't. But they pretty much matched people up randomly because I don't have any friends that were going to the school for real. Like my friend that was going, she ended up living in her sorority, so I was like, dang, like we can't be roommates now. So I was pretty much matched up with three random girls. So I liked it at first because it was diverse. Like it was me, and I'm black, and then there was another black girl, and then there was like an Asian girl, and then there's like a Hispanic girl. She's like half Cuban, half white. So I was like, oh, like this is a pretty diverse environment. Like this is what I needed because I didn't want to be stuck with like three prissy white girls or whatever. So I was like, this will be fun. But as they were coming in, like the way that they came in, even my sister could tell, be like, oh, like that girl looks mean. And I was like, oh. To start out with, we were like getting to know each other, and it was like weird at first because like obviously we're all strangers and everything, but the Hispanic girl did know the Asian girl. I think they were friends from like before or whatever. And then it was me and the other black girl. So pretty much I chose my room first. I think I chose my room first because like I was the first one there, so I just walked in and I was like, you know, pick whatever room I wanted. So I picked the one that's like kind of further from the front door because I don't want to be like right there in the opening in case like a bad guy breaks in or something. So I picked this little back room, and it was really cool. I had my own bathroom, and I was like, this is gonna be fun. So the Hispanic girl, I ended up liking her because she's really nice. She's more of like a quiet person like me, kind of like quiet, but then like secretly an extrovert and like secretly, you know, crazy or like outspoken, kind of like how I am. So I got along well with her, and I do also like, you know, Hispanic culture, and she would cook for us. She was like the mom of the apartment because she actually knew how to cook. And then the black girl, I'm pretty sure she's from like my area originally, like my hometown. Um, but I've just never even met her before. So the black girl, I didn't really get along with her because she's like loud. You know, I don't want to say the stereotype, but like that's pretty much what she is. She was just loud and crazy and everything. And then the Asian one, she was also loud and crazy, like an extrovert. But she, with her, I would kind of call her like boy crazy. Like that's how she was. Kind of like having guys over all the time and just like flirting with guys. It was just a mess. So I'm gonna tell you guys a couple of experiences that I had with my roommates. They might not be in order, but these are just the most memorable experiences that I have. So the first one is the worst experience that I remember the most. It was when I was in my room, I was in the bathroom, and literally using the bathroom, right? And whenever I use the bathroom, I'm like sitting on there forever on my phone. And my roommates, they were all like banging on my door. They were like, oh, come to the gym with us, like blah blah blah, we can work out together. But I'm like, bro, I'm skinny, I don't really go to the gym. Like there's no need for me to go. I just don't care about the gym. You know, I've never been to a gym in my life, why should I start now? I kind of just wanted my alone time after I had like a long day of classes and everything. So then they're banging on my door. They're literally trying to break in to my room, and I think it was mostly the black girl who was doing this though, and probably the Asian girl, I don't even know. But they broke into my room basically, and then they like opened my bathroom door because the door was already open, because why would I lock my bathroom door that's inside of my locked room? Then she walked in and she's like, oh, you're using the bathroom, we're going to the gym, okay? And I'm like, bro, get out of my room. Like, I was like yelling at her, and I don't even yell, that's like out of my character, and I'm like, get out of my room, bro. So after that, I kind of like hated her from there. So yeah, that was just a disrespectful thing to do. And another experience was, I think, maybe like right before the first day of classes, was when the black girl invited her friend down here to stay with her. I don't know why. But then they were like, oh yeah, we should go to like some parties or whatever, because apparently like colleges, they have parties like before the first week of classes or whatever. So then we took an Uber to go to like some frat house or whatever, and the black girl and her friend were like all obnoxious and like all over the place. And I don't know, we pretty much drove around going to like lame parties and stuff. And then I think like the black girl, she asked me, it was like one conversation, she was like, oh my gosh, are you a virgin? And I was like, yeah, bro. And she's like, oh no, you need to like put yourself out there, you need a blah blah. I'm like, bro, I ain't interested in that stuff. I'm not really trying to meet a guy at college and do that stuff with him and then like forget about it. Like I'm not thinking about that, you know. I'm thinking about class. um but yeah, she was just like over the top. Another experience was when the Asian girl and the Hispanic girl were going to a party. They were talking about it in the living room, and you know, I'm sitting there and they were like, oh my gosh, like, Tia, we should go to this party, like this would be so fun. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, like I'll get ready, because I didn't have any like makeup on, and I was gonna like change my clothes and everything. And then they were like, yeah, we should like pre-game before we get to the party. And I was like, cool. So I took like 2 shots with them or whatever, and I'm like, you know, touching up my makeup from earlier classes or whatever. And then they're like texting each other or whatever, and then they're about to leave, and I'm like, okay, like I'm ready to go. And they're like, oh, you're actually not invited. And I was like, bro, what? Like, I was so confused in that moment, because I'm thinking like, didn't we just have a whole discussion in the living room? Didn't we just like pre-game? Didn't we just agree like what time we're leaving? And then you said I'm not invited. So I still to this day don't know if it was like a racial thing, like maybe they were going to some like white frat party and they just didn't want me there because I'm like black and I like wouldn't fit in, or maybe she just wanted to be alone with the Hispanic girl because they get along more. I have no idea. But then they like left without me, and then I remember I was just like drinking in my room by myself, because I'm like, dang, that's lame, you know. I just got here all cute or whatever, and I didn't even go anywhere. So that was another time. What else? Oh, there's one time where the black girl, most of the bad experiences are with her. But she invited her friend over, and then her friend invited her boyfriend over, and it was just like so much people for no reason. Now that I think about it, like there was like some like black sorority frat thing party going on, and they were like, oh yeah, we should all go. So basically those 3 people came down to our college, and then like I was just like, you know what, whatever, like I'll go with them to go to at least like one event, you know, rather than being stuck in my room. um so like we all got dressed up, we took an Uber to the place, and I was kind of like the odd one out, because it was like the black girl, her boyfriend, and then her friend and her boyfriend, you know, so that's 4 people, and then me. So I was kind of like weird. And we went to a party, it was like super awkward, and I don't know, it was just a bad experience overall. And just like the way that they would talk, like not really including me into things, and I'm there just like, dang, like I really shouldn't have come here. We basically had a group of guys that lived next door to us, because we were like a group of 4 girls, and then we had 4 guys next door, because it's like, you know, mixed genders or whatever. So we would occasionally go over to the guys, place, and we would play like card games or whatever, or just like watch movies, whatever, with them, and then or they would come over to our place. So the Asian girl, she, like I said, she was boy crazy or whatever, so she would constantly be inviting these guys over to our place, or literally just inviting random guys over. Or she said that she needed to buy some weeds and stuff, so like she would have people coming over to our place. And I'm thinking like, dang, like this is scary. We got random like drug dealers like knowing where we live. That's kind of scary. So that made me like really uncomfortable. And she's just like, she's just too much, bro. And then it was like just like awkward tension in the house or whatever, because I think they thought that I was like too good for them or whatever, because they were probably like, oh, like why does she always stay in her room, like why doesn't she want to hang out with us? But like I literally don't associate myself with a certain group of people, especially when they're like annoying and loud and crazy. Like that's just not my personality, you know. And they would like annoy me or say certain things behind my back, so I just like stopped going out into the living room. Like there was a point where I would literally, like, they would be cooking and then they would go to their rooms, and then I would go out of my room to cook and then go to my room just so I didn't have to interact with them. um but yeah, I don't know, there was like just multiple occasions where it got bad, and then there was like awkward tension because of all those like occurrences. So then like I'm not like a confrontational person. Like I would just ignore the person, I will just not talk to you. That's when I just lose respect for you, when I'm just like, whatever, like I don't like you anymore, you know. But the Asian girl, she was more confrontational. So I think there was like one day when we were all sitting in the living room and she was like, so what's your problem with me? Like, do you have a problem? Like, what's the problem? And I'm thinking like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, I'm just chilling, trying to watch a show, because we were like all in the living room watching like Family Feud or something like that, like on our phones and stuff. She was like, yeah, but I feel like there's like some awkward tension here that needs to be discussed. So like, what's your problem with me? And I'm just there like, nothing, bro. Like I do not care anymore. Like, you know, stuff happened and I'm over it, whatever. And she was like, okay, well, I apologize for like, stuff I did or said to make you mad. And I'm just thinking like, bro, this is like a half-assed apology, especially when she's there like giggling and stuff, not taking it seriously. So I was just like, okay, like whatever. So I don't know, she's just one of those people where like I can just instantly tell that I'm not gonna like her. And well, I forget what she is. She's like Asian, but she's like from Afghanistan, I think. That's what she said. So she's like, I don't know if she's like whitewashed. She probably is, but like she has like really naturally curly hair, and she would be like waking up so early to straighten her hair every single day. I'm like, damn. Like I remember when I used to do that in high school. I used to hate my curls too, but like in college is crazy. She just made me uncomfortable way too many times. This isn't even like during college. This is probably like maybe 2 years later or whatever. Cause I had the girls on Snapchat. Like I already blocked the black girl because I've been hated her or whatever before we even left the school. But after it was like 2 years after college, and I still had the Hispanic girl on Snapchat and Instagram because like she was the one that I liked the most, and I would like occasionally like FaceTime her. We would be like, oh, like what are you doing, blah blah blah, and that kind of thing. But she's like besties with the Asian girl, and I didn't like her. So I'm thinking like, dang, I can't even like give her too much information, or else she's gonna go tell the Asian girl, be like, oh my gosh, this is what Tia's doing now, blah blah blah. Um, so I would talk to her, and next thing I know, like she would be sending me Snapchats with the Asian girl when she knows that I don't like the Asian girl. And I'm just there thinking like, bro, like why is she sending me pictures of them hanging out? Like is she trying to make me jealous, or like what is happening? You know? Multiple occasions where this happened, where the Hispanic girl would like message me on Instagram and she would be like, oh yeah, me and the Asian girl, we missed you a lot, like blah blah blah. And I'll be like, bro, what? And like she was constantly posting the Asian girl when I had the Asian girl blocked, and I was like, bro, I just don't want to see her anymore. So I ended up blocking the Hispanic girl on Instagram, and I was like, oh, finally, like that's done. And then she starts like Snapchatting me with the Asian girl, and she tried to like FaceTime me with the Asian girl, and I was like, bro, do not call me if you're with her, because I do not like that girl. So don't call me, you know? And I felt so bad because I'm like, dang, like she's really irritating me and I actually liked her, you know, so I couldn't tell if she was doing it on purpose or like they just wanted to have like an old roomie conversation because they think that we're all buddies or whatever. But I was just like getting so annoyed from it. And then she said something like, me and the Asian girl are like missing you right now, like we should totally do like a group FaceTime, blah blah blah. So that's when I'm like, no, I just said no. And then I blocked the Hispanic girl on Snapchat and I blocked her number on text. Like I basically kept giving her chances and then I blocked her like on each thing because I'm like, bro, like I'm here giving you chances and you're here doing the same thing on every single platform. So that's when I was kind of like, bro, I don't know, I guess this is on purpose or whatever, but I was just irritated the whole time. um so that was the only roommate situation I've ever had in my life because I haven't like, I'm not with roommates right now. And I always said like when I move out I want to have enough money in order to get my own place because I don't think I could do that roommate situation ever again, regardless if I know the people or if we like start off as besties. Like I don't think I could, I'm a roommate person, you know, because it's like not like I'm a dirty person, not like I'm a clean person or whatever, but like I just don't like sharing stuff. I don't like having people in my space, or just the fact that like they always invite like 10 million people to come over, because that's what the black girl was doing. She was inviting people over, playing music at like 3 a.m. when I had to be sleeping and up for like a final at 7 a.m. So just like stuff like that, I can't do that ever again. But that was pretty much me ranting about my roommates. um I don't know, luckily they don't live near me, so I don't have to like deal with them in person, because if I did I would just pretend I didn't know them. But yeah, that was it for the story time. If you liked it, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.